here on the East Coast, 4:21 on the West Coast. Today is December 8th, 2016. Welcome to Sports Fusion News. I'm the host, Alex Feuzion. I hope you are having a great day so far. And we have a great show for you tonight. I have Turning Point USA chapter founder and Shelmont High School and the class of 2017 President Anthony Pasquarella here to talk some politics and the Turning Point USA chapter charter in Shelmont High School. So Anthony, how are you doing tonight?
I'm great, Alex. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, no problem, anytime. And so I hear that you have founded a chapter in Shelmont High School called Turning Point USA, and I want you to talk to me a little about this club and what exactly it means.
Sure. So I heard about the club through Twitter. Some guy followed me, and I was like, "Well, what's this?" He talks about politics a lot. He's posted some funny stuff. I was like, "All right, cool." So there was this link in his bio. I clicked on it, and it was talking all about capitalism and like the importance of fiscal responsibility. And I was like, "Hey, that's right up my alley." So I guess I just took the initiative to just start the club because I wanted to do something for myself for once, and I just love capitalism. Just wanted to spread the word.
Now, for the people that don't understand what capitalism is, and believe me, there are a lot of people out there that don't know what it means, can you enlighten us a little bit about what capitalism actually is?
Yeah, so basically it's just the free market. So when you lower taxes and lower regulation, you allow people to honestly just like act for themselves without government intervention, and really just spurs like the growth of business. I mean, to the opposite effect of socialism. And honestly, just like what makes America great.
Well, Donald Trump actually thinks that he has a lot of great options to make America great. And first, let's go to the top 4 mainstream media headlines, or top 5 actually tonight. And yesterday, Trump announced Linda McMahon, the wife of Vince McMahon, who is the founder of WWE, is going to head the Small Business Administration. And actually, I agree with his appointment of Linda McMahon. Not only is she a helper and guide, help create WWE and create the industry and the company that it is today. It's a multi-billion-dollar industry that is known worldwide. So I think, to have Linda McMahon head the Small Business Administration might actually be the best administration pick that Donald Trump made in his cabinet, or I don't think that's actually in his cabinet, but pick to help him in his presidency so far. I think that's his best pick. And do you agree with that, Anthony?
Yeah, I agree to some effect. I'm sure a lot of people out in media are going to laugh at it, say like, "Oh, WWE was this like some circus or something like that." But she's obviously doing something right. WWE is a multi-billion-dollar company, and hopefully she can just like, I don't know, make small business great by endorsing capitalism and all that stuff.
Yeah, and I have to agree. And and one pick that we don't know about yet is who's going to be Secretary of State. So Anthony, who do you want Trump to pick for Secretary of State? And I'm not going to say what my thoughts are exactly on Trump's cabinet until he picks Secretary of State.
Yeah. So, Rudy Giuliani would be a good pick. I'm not sure that a lot of progressives would like that at all because he's very right leaning. I think could be really good. Honestly, I just hope he picks someone very neutral, someone who just like has been in politics for a while and just like help him out.
Yeah, well, I think he should pick Mitt Romney. And a lot of Trump supporters are like, why do you want Mitt Romney? And I think I want Trump to pick Mitt Romney because Mitt Romney doesn't agree with everything Trump says. And
Exactly.
everyone that Trump has picked so far is a yes man for Donald Trump. And I don't want that in the cabinet that our president-elect, is going to pick. And a lot of the cabinet picks that Trump has made has donated millions and millions of dollars, like Linda McMahon as well, to his campaign. So really, Mitt Romney, he isn't, in Trump's back pocket. He may agree with some things Trump has said, but really, Mitt Romney is not Trump's best friend. And I think that's why, in my opinion, why Mitt Romney is going to be the best pick for Donald Trump to become Secretary of State. What do you have to say about that?
Yeah, I totally agree, Alex. Yeah, he has experience. Yeah, like you said, he's not a yes man, so I have to agree with that.
Yeah. Well, in other news, let's switch gears before we go back to politics, just so everyone gets a rest. I know politics
Yeah,
past
everyone hates it. I know.
and the past year has been terrible for people. I like politics now. A lot of people, 98% of America hate politics now after this horrible campaign process that we went through to pick the president, and it seems far from over. But in other news, unfortunately, giraffes are closer to extinction.
No, not the
No,
giraffes.
I know you are probably laughing at this news headline, but this can actually also play a part of the politics in today's world. Trump
Sure.
also picked to head the energy, exact opposite of what Obama has said and done over the past 8 years, and the energy in his cabinet position as well. A lot of people, has agreed with what Trump has said about he thinks global warming is false and it's not true. So, Anthony, do you think that giraffes are one of the main problems that, extinction is part of the process of that global warming is actually a
Uh,
real thing in some worlds and that the climate is changing?
sure. I mean, climate change. You can't. I mean, you can't deny it. I'm sure it's real in some effect. There definitely are some points the other side why how you would say it's not happening. Both sides have their own points. However, climate change is definitely not affecting the giraffe species to decrease at all. It's just people are poaching, people are not doing the right thing, and people have to stop that.
Mhm.
Stopping poaching should be the number one rule, but climate change is not affecting the giraffes. I'm sorry.
Well, hopefully that you are right with that. And also today, former astronaut and U.S. Senator John Glenn passed away at 95 years old, and he's an all-American astronaut and senator who rocketed into history on flights 36 years apart as the first American to orbit the Earth and the oldest person in space. And he passed away today at the age of 95, and he helped a lot of people, into this area of outer space news, I would say. Anthony, what do you have to say about that?
Sure. Yeah, my condolences go out to him and his family.
Mhm.
And yeah, he's definitely a big part of history. So sad to hear that. That's like another era going away for
Mhm.
the NASA generations. But yeah, hopefully just like get to the moon again and go to Mars one day. That'd be pretty sick. All right.
Yeah. And we'll talk a little bit about Donald Trump. I know a lot of people have been talking about this. And before we end the show, there's one more news headline before we end the show. But the fourth one is it's not really a headline, it's more of an opinion based segment. And that opinion based is should Donald Trump stop tweeting? Question mark. My response is yes. Take the freaking Twitter account from Donald Trump and make him stop tweeting. Do you know how stupid he looks and
Yeah.
how unpresidential he looks by tweeting about Saturday Night Live skits about him tweeting? He said this Saturday night. Just tried watching Saturday Night Live, unwatchable. Totally biased, not funny, and the Baldwin impersonation just can't get any worse. Sad. Now, I think the Baldwin impersonation is actually spot on, in my opinion. And Anthony, should Donald Trump stop tweeting?
Yeah. Well, the fact of the matter is, social media helped to win the election. So I'm not sure he's going to delete his Twitter anytime soon. However, since he's president, he finally did win. He's finally president or going to be president. He should definitely cool it because it's really annoying, to be completely honest.
And a lot of people, I think the new poll came out, 87% think Donald Trump should stop tweeting.
Yeah, I'd have to agree.
And,
He's annoying.
Donald Trump has a very big ego,
Can't
if you
deny
weren't
that.
aware. And he might tweet something, or already has, that upsets other countries and threatens the U.S. security. A lot of people say that they didn't want Hillary Clinton because she threatened America's security by having classified emails on a private server when Donald Trump can't even handle his Twitter. Now, I know, calm down there, Republicans that are getting on me now, but I have to say that Donald Trump needs to stop tweeting, right?
Indeed, Alex.
Okay. Okay, and I know this is Sports Fusion News. So to end
Yeah.
off the show, the Yankees
Oh,
signed
oh,
Aroldis
the
Chapman
Yankees.
last night for 5 years and $86 million. And the first 3 years was a no trade clause. Now this is big news. This is one of the biggest contract signings ever to a closer. And Anthony, I know you are a baseball fan. I know you played baseball for Shelmont, and you also played football for Shelmont as well. So Anthony, do you think closers should have, a long period contract like 5 years, or do you think they should stick to 2 or 3 years?
I mean, they're definitely very important to the team. They're pivotal, especially late in the game. But I mean, their arms do blow up quickly because, especially him, he's throwing at such high velocity.
Oh yeah.
So it's definitely risky for them to do that. But let's just see how it pans out.
Yeah, I have to agree. Okay, Anthony, this concludes tonight's Sports Fusion News episode. I hope you don't get too mad at me on there on social media. It's pretty nasty out there.
It is.
Okay.
Like Trump's Twitter.
Yeah, not that bad. Okay, Fuse Nation, I want to say thank you to Anthony for joining me on tonight's episode.
Thank you, Alex. Hey,
Yeah, and
Cowboys,
I hope to have
won.
you
Don't
on.
forget that.
Yeah, thank you. And where can they find more information about Turning Point USA?
Oh, yeah, definitely go to tpusa.com.
Mhm.
Go follow them on Twitter and then follow our account on Twitter. It's at tpusa_shs. So go follow that on Twitter. We tweet some great stuff. Thank
Okay.
you.
Yeah. So go follow them on Twitter. It's a great follow. I already follow them. Really good tweets from them. Not as bad as Donald Trump's. But okay, Fuse Nation, this concludes today's episode of Sports Fusion News. Thank you for tuning in and watching the show. Please follow me on Twitter at AlexFuse. Also, please like this video. Comment below what you thought about the show. Be nice in those comments as well. And always be a subscriber of Sports Fusion News. Thank you again for watching this show. I will see you next week. Have a great day.